Golden State Warriors fans are in a tough place at the moment as this year's trade deadline has divided the Warriors fan base into two parts. One side is seeking for an immediate cure to the Warriors' problems by acquiring star players right away and bash Bob Myers' decisions this season, while the other side strongly believes in the abilities of the current roster and claims that the other part of the Golden State community is impatient and spoiled. Even though the position of both sides varies wildly from one another, they both want their favorite team to succeed and to claim back the NBA crown. Today, we will not talk about the future, as we've done in my previous videos, but we will talk about the present, about the actual problems of the Golden State Warriors team. As they say, it is often the present that plays the most important part in shaping the future. So in this video, we will address the franchise's current issues so we can figure out how to achieve the top of the NBA mountain this or next season. This video wouldn't be one of the most positive or pleasant ones for the Warriors fans to watch, but if you are ready, go grab some snacks, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy this video. But before that, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest NBA content. Let's keep rolling. At the time of this video, the Golden State Warriors are hovering around the 9th to 10th seed in the Western Conference, coming off the 14-point win over the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the team's numbers and a whole recent games picture, we can highlight the first problem, and this one will be a problem of pretty much every team in the league. However, later I will explain to you how it snowballs into the next issue. Number 1. Health and injuries. Injuries are the plague of basketball and sports in general. Health problems strip the fans of seeing legendary moments and overall significantly interfere with the game process. However, some NBA teams have a higher injury tendency than others, and the most important number in that stat line is age. Yes, if we go ahead and calculate the average Golden State Warriors player's age, it would be around 25.8. which would put them into the top 15 of the youngest NBA teams today. But I'm not really talking about the age of the entire team. I am talking about the biggest and most important contributors. Yes, Wiggins and Oubre are in their prime, and there is still room for them to develop in further years. But they are not the biggest part that makes the Warriors great. It won't be a secret, but Stephen Curry and a hopefully returning Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are those missing parts. And they are 33, 31, and 31 years old respectively, having 27 years of NBA experience combined on their track record, and they have been worn out with countless injuries, with 2 of 3 having serious season-ending injuries in just the last 2 years. You may think it is impossible to control injuries and other health issues, especially considering the current situation, and you would be absolutely right. However, while it's hard to predict it, there is another problem that makes injuries happen way more often. Number 2. Over-reliance on superstars. As I have mentioned in a previous entry, Golden State's main power, and I don't mean to overlook an awesome potential in the young core, is the Golden State Warriors' 3 OGs, Klay, Steph, and Dre. The recent game versus the Sacramento Kings was the perfect example of it. No Stephen and no Dre equals a blowout 31-point loss for the Golden Squad. Of course, Wiggins and Oubre put up decent numbers, as well as Poole and Nico Mannion's contributions mean a lot in terms of their further development, but this young squad is not quite there yet. To be honest, I can't put much blame on the Warriors for relying on 2 of the best shooters in the history of the game, but I can't justify the purpose of doing it for the second year straight. Yes, Curry and Klay didn't play last year, and Golden State's management was making the right move to tank for Wiseman, but what is the purpose of doing so this year? No, I am not asking for the reason to wait. I will tell you more later in this video. I ask why, because if the Warriors are not going for the title, then why put so much pressure on Stephen Curry and Green? I do appreciate the fact that I can witness Chef Curry in action in 2021, but I don't want to see Steph get injured just like his recent tailbone injury. Steph's prime time is ticking, the team is not quite at the contender level without Clay, and if management decides to keep to the more tactic strategy, why do they put their key players at so much risk? Here comes the third problem. Number 3, half measures. Don't get me wrong, I see the sense in playing the waiting game for the second year, yet I don't completely understand why the Warriors decided to take on Wiggins' mammoth contract and going over the salary cap if they were not going for the title last or this season in the first place. Golden State is doing something Mike from Breaking Bad wouldn't appreciate: half measures. Earlier this year, Bob Myers started the rumors of the Golden State Warriors' potentially aggressive attitude during the 2021 trade deadline. The fans were rather positive about this, and I can bet that even those who prefer the slow way of doing things would have been glad to see not a blockbuster deal, but some kind of significant trade this year. Sure, Brad Steadymaker was sent to the Charlotte Hornets along with Marquise Chris's trade to the San Antonio Spurs, but those changes were minor, yet really crowd-pleasing. 2 empty player spots and some cash. At least it would be justified if the Warriors signed Jeremy Lin or gave JTA a complete contract. Golden State supposedly is waiting for the Splash Brothers to reunite, yet they make questionable decisions with signings, or apparently the lack of such. And the situation would worsen considerably if Oubre chooses to sign with another team, but there is no evidence that this won't happen. Number 4, the defense and lack of a classic big man. This one is a bit controversial. I will be honest with you, and I actually want to acknowledge the fact that the Warriors were the 5th best defensive team in the league just 2 months ago, and now they are in 26th place in their 5 last games. Many people point to the young rookie center James Wiseman, who, along with Nico Mannion, are the last entries in the Warriors' defensive rating. This stat uncovers one more problem: the lack of a classic big man. James Wiseman has been great this season, putting up numbers when it is needed. But does he really fill the shoes of a much-needed big man for Golden State? Sure, it's a common thing when a rookie is struggling on the defensive end. It comes with time. Yet, let's look at the bigger picture. The defensive anchor of this team is Draymond Green. While he might not be the best defender in his team statistically, he orchestrates the whole squad and makes it much tougher to go through defensively. And that is one man whom Wiseman would never replace. Although Green himself isn't a true big man by any means, he actually is the most suitable one for this team, and taking into account previous issues with aging, I would say that the Warriors really need to think about acquiring prominent bigs. The 5th issue is not about the Golden State Warriors, but it's about you and me and the whole Golden fan base. Golden State Warriors fans are at odds with management and are critical of nearly every move of the franchise, which doesn't include acquiring superstars. The fan base and management are divided and have forgotten that the Golden State Warriors' biggest strength is in numbers. But what are your thoughts? What do you think the Warriors should do to fix all those issues? Do you agree with my list? And would you like to expand it or to scrap some of the entries? Tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to catch up with the best NBA content. Our team needs us the most now. If you like this video, make sure to watch my other videos about the Warriors franchise. Thank you for watching.